to start a flow practice today, and we're going to start in child's pose. Centering on your breath. Come into all fours and just let your hips stretch back to rest down on your heels. Let your arms stretch out in front of you. Let your forehead relax down onto the mat. And then let your forearms relax. Turn your palms to face up. Center here by breathing deeply in through the nose and back out through the nose. Feel yourself in this shape, grounded on the mat. Feel the breath move into the back body, opening, expanding space there. Exhale completely. Take one more breath just like this, and then turn your palms down. Exhale and stretch your arms, stretch your hips back towards your heels a little bit more. Exhale fully, and as you inhale, rise up to all fours, but have a little bit more room so your knees are a little further behind your hips and your hands are a little further in front of your shoulders. Start to circle on the mat, hips and shoulders. Take a few big circles and then switch directions. And come back into a neutral spine. Bring your hands back under your shoulders. And then curl your toes, send your sit bones up and back, find downward facing dog. Press into your fingertips, your palms, bend your knees if you like. Let yourself settle and center in this shape, upside down. Breathing deeply, stretching your spine, warming up your arms, your legs. Soften your face, relax your jaw. Roll the shoulders a little further down the back. Exhale here, and then start to flow. Inhaling out to plank, exhaling down dog. As you come forward, stack shoulders on top of wrists. As you stretch back, hips rise up. Inhaling out and lengthen. Exhale back. Really expand space with your breath. Lengthen and breathe in fully. Exhale as completely as you can and stretch. One more time. Breathe in, plank. Breathe out, down dog. And then step, lunge your right foot forward. Spin your left heel flat. Rise up to warrior one. Hips facing forward. Press firmly through your front foot, your back foot. Palms can press or your arms can be open like goalposts. Breathe in. And as you exhale, bring the hands through heart center. Frame the front foot. Spin your left heel up. Step back to plank. Lower to chaturanga. Inhale to your upward facing dog. And exhale back to down dog. Exhale here. As you inhale, lunge your left foot forward. Spin your right heel flat, rise up, warrior one. Hips facing forward. Arms reaching up, palms pressing, or goalposts, you choose. One more deep breath in. And then exhale, hands through heart center, frame the front foot. Spin your right heel up, step back to plank. Exhale, lower plank. Inhale to up dog, pressing the tops of the feet, your fingers. And then exhale back to downward facing dog. Let your hips sway right and left. Nod your head right and left. Look between your hands. We're going to step, walk, or jump the feet forward. So if you're jumping, try to land really lightly. And then breathe into your flat back, halfway lift. And exhale, first forward fold. Roll your wrists here. Press the backs of the hands into the mat if you like. Release your wrists, just stretching them. And then take ragdoll pose. Hold opposite elbows and dangle. Exhale one more. And as you rise up, put a gentle bend in your knees. Press through your feet. Come all the way up. Keep hold of your elbows and let the elbows rise up over the head. Find a focal point and then rise up onto the balls of your feet. You lose balance, that's okay. Try again. Nice. Keep breathing. And exhale, release. We're going to step the left foot back, spin your heel flat, open your hips. Settle into warrior two. So your right knee is bent, tracking the right toes, arms stretching from the front edge of the mat to the back edge of the mat. And breathe. Focal point is down the front middle finger. Inhale, turn your right palm up. Let your left hand trail your left leg. Let your right arm reach overhead. Keep lunging into your right leg. Left arm can stretch up and hold your right wrist if you like. Keep breathing. Keep the shoulders far from the ears. One more inhale. Exhale through warrior two. As you inhale, windmill your left arm around, spin your left heel up at the same time. Come into a high plank or high lunge, and then high plank, lowered plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Look between your hands. Bend your knees, get springy, step, walk, or float the feet forward. And then inhale to your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. If you want, you can hook the big toes. Pull the elbows apart, pull body to legs. release your toes if they're hooked. Let your arms dangle again, holding opposite elbows. Feel heavy in your feet, but strong through your legs. Slowly and purposefully breathe in as you rise up to mountain pose. Let the elbows rise up to extended mountain pose. But keep holding your elbows. This time press into the balls of the feet. Lift your heels, find balance. Keep breathing. One more inhale. You're not losing it. And exhale, release. Bring the hands to heart center. We're going to step the right foot back this time. Find warrior two. Heel spins flat, left knee bends, tracking your left big toe but not going past it, and then arms extend. Reaching from the front edge of the mat to the back edge of the mat. And then find your gaze down your front middle finger. Breathe. Feel strong and grounded. Turn your left palm to face up and windmill your right arm back down to trail your right leg. Left arm stretches. And then if you like, the right arm can reach up and take hold of your left wrist and gently pull a deeper stretch. Keep the shoulders far from the ears. Stay grounded through strong legs. Breathe in. Exhale, reach your arms back to warrior two. And then inhale, windmill your right arm around. Lift your right heel, come into your high lunge. Step back to your plank. Exhale, lowered plank, chaturanga. Inhale to the tops of the feet. Press into your fingertips. Up dog. And exhale, down dog. Breathe. Take one more inhale and exhale. Look between your hands, bend your knees, step, walk, or float the feet forward. Find your halfway lift as you inhale. And then exhale into your fold. This time inhale, bend the knees, bring the feet together, rise up to chair. Breathe in. As you exhale, hands through heart center. Twist, bringing your left elbow to the right leg. Press your right hand into your left. Check in with your knees, make sure they're level, parallel to the front edge of the mat. And shift your gaze up if you like. Shift weight slowly to the right foot, feeling light in the left, and then take a big step back with your left foot. Come into a crescent lunge prayer twist. Press your left heel toward the back of the mat. Keep scissoring inner thighs toward each other. Breathe in, breathe out. One more breath here. And exhale. On your inhale, step forward. Inhale, chair. And exhale, hands through heart center, right elbow to the left leg. Check in with your knees, make sure they're parallel to the front edge of the mat. Press into your left hand. Shift your gaze up if you like. Feel the rotation coming from the bottom of the rib cage. Keep breathing. Start to shift weight into the left foot. Feel light through your right foot. And as you exhale, lunge your right foot behind you. Set up your crescent lunge prayer twist. Keep breathing. Stay strong. Keep your face soft. Find that balance of effort and ease. One more inhale and exhale. Step forward with your right foot. Breathe in through chair. And exhale, forward fold. Nose to knees. Exhale here. Breathe in, flat back. As you exhale this time, left foot lunges, but release the knee to the top of the mat. Come into your kneeling lunge. Pressing the front thigh or arms rise up. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to come into our half split. So your hands are going to come down to frame the foot and then straighten your leg. Bring your hips back. Lift your right toes and fold out and over that long leg. Keep your shoulders far from the ears. Keep breathing. Inhale. Stay through your exhale. And walk your hands back out as you bend the knee. Curl your left toes under. Come into your high lunge. Breathe in. Exhale. On your next breath in, step your left foot forward. Find your half foot lift. And exhale, lunge your right foot back. Release your knee, top of the foot to the mat. Settle into your kneeling lunge. Hands at the knee or arms rise up. Find a lightness in your face, in your arms. Stay strong and grounded through your legs. Breathe in, one more. As you exhale, bring your hands down. Frame the front foot, lengthen your left leg long. Send your left hip back, lift your left toes. Fold into your Ardha Hanumanasana, half splits. You want to be lengthening and stretching the spine as much as you're stretching the hamstring. Keep the shoulders far from the ears. Keep breathing. Exhale. And slowly bring your left foot back to the mat. Come back through your low lunge. Curl your right toes under. Lift your right foot. Take a breath here. And exhale. On your next breath in, step forward. Flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up to mountain pose. We're going to step the left foot back. Not quite as big of a step. Well, actually, about the same step you did for Warrior Two. We're going to practice triangle next. So you might want to have a block. I didn't grab my block, but if you use a block, you could use it at the inside of your right foot. Your hips are wide open to the side of the mat. Arms extend. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lift your left hip up and back and stretch your right arm out and down. Your hand could come to your foot, a block, the inside of the foot, or if you want, you could hook the big toe. Take a few breaths here. Settle into the pose. Settle into this moment. And now turn your left hand to face behind you. You're going to bend the elbow and bring the back of your left hand towards your right hip. You could hook and hold the right leg if you like, rolling open through the chest. I'm going to give a few of you another option. You could stay right here. You don't have to go any further, but some of you might want a deeper option. If your right hand is easily on the mat, you could bend the knee gently. Come down, right shoulder to right knee. Bring your right hand around and bind as if you're in bear, but then straighten your leg to a bound triangle. That might be too intense. Don't do it if it doesn't feel right. But if it feels challenging, but accessible, try it. Keep breathing, keep aware of everything going on in this shape, in this moment. Exhale one more. If you're bound, slowly unwind. Right hand back to the mat. Left arm, bring it back up, stretch it up, and then bend your right knee, rise up to Warrior Two, and then switch the position of your feet. So we're going to come into Trikonasana on the left side. Same options. Hips wide open to the side of the mat. Right heel grounded, toes are either facing the side or toward the front edge of the mat. Left toes facing the front of the mat. Arms stretch and reach. Take a breath in. As you exhale, cock your right hip up and back. Reach your left arm out and down. And find your place here. Your hand could be on your ankle, a block, the mat, or you might want to hook your big toes. Toe. Right arm stretches up. Keep pressing firmly through your right foot, your left foot. Take this moment in, feel everything there is to feel here. And then decide, how far do you want to go in this pose? Turn your right hand to face behind you. Bring the back of your right hand to the left hip. So bending the elbow and then opening the chest a little bit more. Maybe you're hooking and holding your left thigh. Stay right here. Some of you might want to explore that bound triangle. So if you do, put a little bend in your left knee. Bring your left shoulder to your left knee. Bring your left hand up and around. The back of the left hand looking for the left hip, looking for the right hand. If you find that bind, straighten your left leg and then roll open through the chest. Keep breathing. Deep stretch for the hamstring. Deep rotation for the spine. Big twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Slowly release your bind if you're bound. Unwind your right arm. Stretch it up. And then bend your left knee. Come back up through center. Bring the feet so that we're setting up for goddess pose. Bend your knees. Send your toes out toward the corners of the mat. Bend your knees in the same direction. Hands on the thighs to start. Then rise up, arms like goalposts. Lift your heels and balance. Breathe. One more deep inhale, and then exhale, release the heels. Release your hands back to the thighs. Straighten your legs as you bring the heels and feet parallel, and then fold into your wide leg forward fold. Hands coming through the legs. You can walk your hands, like turn the palms to face down, reaching, pulling yourself a little deeper into this fold if it's accessible. Let your head nod right and left. Don't let any tension build in the shoulders. And we can play a little bit here. I'm going to widen my feet a bit because it makes it more accessible for me to bring the head down to the mat. Hands are going to come into a tripod shape. So you're going to create a triangle. Your hands are going to be underneath your elbows. And then your elbows bend deeply. Maybe some of y'all practice a tripod headstand. Maybe not. And come back the way you came. Maybe a little faster on the way back out. But be playful. If you're in your wide leg fold, we're going to inch the feet closer now. Come into a halfway lift. Let's bring your left hand underneath the right. Hold your ankle or your shin. Stretch your right arm up. And then bend your right elbow again. Find a bind here. Bring the back of the right hand over towards your left hip and rotate and twist. Lift your left hip a little bit. Keep it from getting uneven. Exhale. And unwind that right arm again. Bring it back down and around. Come into like a halfway lift here to stretch the spine. And bring your right hand under the left. Hold your ankle, your shin, wherever you can hold. Stretch your left arm up. And then turn your left, the back of the left hand is going to reach down for your right hip, finding the bind, and then lift your right hip. Squaring those hips to twist a little deeper. Breathe. Exhale, and come back through center, unwind, find that halfway lift, exhale, and bring your feet a little bit closer together. We're going to try Bird of Paradise here, because why not? Shoulders are warm, hamstrings are warm. You have lots of options in this pose. You do not have to, do what you want to do. I'll walk you through it. Stay where you're comfortable. Feet start in this wide fold. You're going to bend your knees a little bit. We're going to find a bind to start. Left arm is going to come under, so your left shoulder comes toward the left knee, And then we're binding just like we did in bear and triangle. Right arm reaches up, and if you can find the bind there, then you can stay right here just binding. You could be here just practicing this. Or start to shift weight to the right foot and heel toe your left foot closer to the right foot. We're slowly, 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 and rise up onto the right foot. Balancing. Keeping your bind. And then some of you might want to straighten the left leg. Breathing, balancing, squeezing. Lots going on here. Inhale. Exhale, slowly bend that left leg. Ease back down, release your bind. Give your right foot a little break. Press the top of the foot into the mat. Release the arch of the foot that way. Mine get a little cranky when I do a lot of balance poses, so I like to release them in between. So, same thing left side. We're going to start in that semi-wide leg fold. Knees bent, fold out. Both toes are facing forward in this one. Now you're going to bring your right shoulder toward the right knee. Right arm is going to come under the back of the hand, just like bear pose. The back of the hand is reaching up toward your right hip. Left arm sweeps up, turn the back of the hand toward the hip, find your bind. And then bring your left heel more under your left hip if it's not there. Inch your right foot toward your left foot. Stay here if you like. Shift weight to the left foot, just work balance. Or press firmly into your left foot. Slowly take your time. Rise up. This is balance. This is breath. This is binding. When you get here, if you want, extend the right leg. Find a drishti or a focal point to help with balance. Keep breathing. One more inhale. Exhale, bend that knee. Slowly release left side. Release your left foot. Press the top of the foot into the mat. That's fun. I haven't done that one in a while. Just be curious. Explore when you're practicing. Who knows what's going to just feel fun that day. All right, we're going to take a vinyasa because that sounds fun right now. Stand at the front edge of the mat. Find mountain pose. Shoulders on hips, hips on heels, palms wide open. Take a full inhale and exhale. Breathe in, extended mountain pose. Breathe out, swan dive out and over your legs, forward fold. Breathe in, flat back. Breathe out as you step or float back to plank. Exhale, lowered plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Let your hips sway and breathe. Bend one knee and then the other if that feels good. Settle into stillness. Take in this moment. One more inhale, and then exhale. On your next breath in, come out to plank again. We're going to move back and forth a few times. Breathe in, breathe out, down dog. Breathe into plank, lengthen. Breathe out, stretch. One more time, breathe forward to plank. This time, stay in plank. We're going to roll into side plank. So you're going to bring the right side of your right foot to the mat. Shift weight into your right hand and let your left arm lengthen and lift. Stack your feet if you like. Take 3 breaths here. One more inhale, and then exhale, coming back through plank. And roll onto your left foot. Left side of the left foot. Shift weight to the left hand. Right arm reaches up. Stack your feet, flex your feet. Strengthen through the underside of the body. One more deep inhale. And exhale, bring your right hand back down. And exhale, down dog. Press into your fingertips, your palms. And breathe. We're going to stretch the hips a little bit here. We're going to come into, the option is to come into Wild Thing, so keep that in mind, but don't go any further than you want to go. So you're going to start by shifting weight to the left foot. I'm moving a little bit toward the right side of my mat just to have a little bit more space for Wild Thing. I don't know if it'll work or not, but that's just what my tendency is here. So shift weight to the left foot and lift your right leg up. 3-leg dog. And then open your right hip stacks on top of left. Look over your left shoulder, taking this big stretch. And now we're going to shift weight to the left hand. Think about side plank. Your left foot's going to spin flat as you drop your right toes to the mat and stretch up into your Wild Thing. Breathe. And come back to 3-leg dog. Bring your right foot back down. Let your hips sway a few times. And I'm going to lunge my feet forward. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. And turn around. I'm going to come out into down dog this side just because I don't have enough space to do Wild Thing the other way. Inhale, extended mountain pose. Exhale, so walk out to down dog. So here in down dog, starting, shifting weight. Did I do that right? Yes, this time you're going to shift weight to the right foot. Lift your left leg. Stack your left hip, bend your left knee, and look over your right shoulder. Look for your left foot. Stay here if you like, or spin your right heel so it's more like side plank. Shift weight to the right hand. Let your left toes drop down and open to your Wild Thing. Breathe. One more deep inhale. And come back up to 3-leg dog. Bring your left leg down. Come forward to plank and lower all the way onto the mat. Come into crocodile pose. Rest. Bring your hands to your sides. Turn your wrists down so you can release your wrists here. Wiggle your fingers. Keep your forehead gently releasing. And then bring your palms down. Press up through all fours. Come into hero pose here. Hips on heels, hands to heart center, and breathe. Exhale one more. And then you're going to come into all fours. Bringing the right knee behind the right wrist and bring your right foot behind your left wrist, coming into pigeon pose. So let your left leg lengthen back, back, and down. And then fold, maybe rest on the forearms. So you could also have a block under your hip. Keep that in mind, always an option. You could fold all the way down and relax onto your hands, onto the mat. Slowly come back to your forearms. I'll give you a few options here. You have an option to bind your toes, which is kind of fun. So come up to your left fingers. You're going to come into your left fingertips. A much more active pigeon. Your right hand might be able to come around and find your left toes. Cool. Now release if you're binding. We're going to play with some other active pigeon poses. Look over your left shoulder, bend your left knee. Reach back and see if you can hold your foot. You can be up in your right fingers, or you might be able to hook the foot in the elbow. Really press firmly through the front leg, and then you'll be able to let the right hand rise up and find your mermaid. Some of you might want to explore flipping the grip here and practice king pigeon pose. So I like to take hold of my foot to keep it from snapping back with my right hand. Reposition your left hand so the thumb is coming to hold the inside of the foot and you're wrapping around the top of the foot. And then bring your elbow up. You can also do this with a strap. And arch up into your back bend. You might be able to come in and find that bind. I can't today, but sometimes it's fun to try. Maybe not on this side, maybe the other side, we'll see. If you're bound, if you're in king pigeon, if you're a mermaid, wherever you're at, just slowly, without snapping the back leg, come back out. And release back into more of a soft pigeon. We're going to come back to all fours, bring your right knee behind you. Stretch into puppy or child's. And set up for the other side. So your left knee is going to come behind the left wrist. Your left heel is going to be behind the right wrist, and then you're going to ease down. Right leg behind you, stretching. And fold to your forearms. Grab a block. Have a block under your left hip as an option. Or relax. Forehead to the mat, forehead to the hands. Soften. Surrender. Very slowly step into the right fingers, more of an active pigeon here. right fingers stay grounded, but they help you sit up tall. Left hand comes around. See if you can find your left toes. Binding that. But rotate the shoulders back so that they're facing the front edge of the mat. Take a few breaths here. And release that bind. Let's see about some other variations here. Starting with the mermaid twist. You're going to bend your right leg and hold your foot. Start right here. Maybe you can bend that knee enough to hook the foot into the elbow. Maybe you're active enough through the left leg that you feel grounded, and you can lift that left arm up and hold your hand, binding mermaid. If you want to try flip the grip, another option, left hand. Actually, I use my left hand to keep my foot there, otherwise it has a tendency to snap back. Then reposition your right arm. So your right thumb comes to the inside of the foot. The fingers come to the top of the foot. Okay, turtles. And then slowly let that elbow come up. I'm losing it. My foot is sweating. Try again. Should grab my strap. A strap is a really handy option here. Reaching around for the bind, maybe. I got this foot, but not that one. Meh. It's a big pose. If you got it, awesome. If not, oh well. Take a few breaths wherever you are in this shape. And we're going to slowly rock to the left to actually unbind everything. Make sure you're not in your big king pigeon. And then fold into a soft shape just for a breath or two. And shift to the left hip. Sweep your right leg around so that you can stack your right knee on top of your left. Heels to the outside of both hips. Grab a block to sit on if that makes this more accessible. Gomukhasana legs, cow face. Take a few breaths here. Really soft through the shoulders, through the face. And let's practice eagle arms here today. So open the elbows and then wind the left elbow inside the right. Thumbs are facing you. Bring the backs of the hands toward each other, and if you can press palms, press your palms. Lift your elbows up, stretch. Exhale, lower the elbows down, chin to chest. Lifting and lowering. Inhale one more. And as you exhale, soften elbows to chest, chin to chest. And let your chin rest on your right shoulder. And then let your chin shift and rest on your left shoulder. And then inhale, unwind, and fold. Body over legs, hold feet, or let your arms relax in front of you. You choose. If your chin can rest on your knee, assist yourself into a deeper variation, feeling the stretch through the hip. Feel the space opening through the back. And slowly coming back up. Unwind your legs. And then rewind. So the right heel comes to the outside of the left hip. Your right leg's on bottom, knees lined up with your midline. Step your left foot across, trying to bring it to the outside of your right hip, trying to stack your knees. Shift and move anything around, make it a little bit more comfortable. Grab a block if you need it. If your hips feel unlevel, if your sit bones aren't grounded, grab a block. Take the first few breaths here, just settle your hips, settle your spine, your shoulders relax far from the ears. Take in this moment. And then open the elbows, arms. You're going to bring the right elbow inside the left this time. Wind it. Thumbs face you and bring the backs of the hands toward each other. Maybe wind to press your palms. As you inhale, lift the elbows, the fingers. As you exhale, melt elbows and chin down to the chest. Dynamically breathing in, lifting, stretching. Breathing out, softening. Inhale one more time, lift. Exhale, lower, and lower your chin to the left shoulder and relax. And switch to bring your chin to the right shoulder. And bring the head back through center. Unwind your arms. Come into a softer variation here. We're going to fold, lengthen the spine out and over the legs. You can hold your feet, or you could let your arms relax. Your chin soften onto your knee. Really feel the space in the back body here. Breathe into that space. Exhale one more here. And slowly rise back up. Lower all the way onto the mat. Bring knees to chest. Hold your shins, squeeze. Make some small circles on the low back. Let that feel really nice. Bring your feet to the mat. Let's practice bridge pose. You can hold your ankles if you like, or you can have your palms pressing on either side of your hips. Roll your shoulders down into the mat. Press through the back of the head and breathe in, rise up through your hips. Maybe bring your hands into Venus beneath you. Palms pressed, fingers interlace. Rise up a little higher. Breathe in. And exhale. If you have Venus arms, release them. Bring your shoulders back to the mat. Vertebra by vertebra, bring the back body down to the mat. Let your heels a little wider and let your knees rock left. And pause. Bring them through center. Let the knees rock to the right. And pause. Again, rock the knees to the left. And to the right. Bring the knees back through center. Bring the feet together and let the knees come apart this time into supine Baddha Konasana, butterfly legs. Hands just resting on the belly. Breathe in, breathe out. Settle and center into this moment. Bring the knees back up. Slowly, feet apart. Let the knees rest in on each other this time. Stay tuned into your breath. And set up for your final pose, relaxation, Shavasana. Make sure you have space to stretch long on the mat, or if you like to grab a bolster or a blanket, any of your props, if you have a sandbag you want to put on the hips. Let yourself settle into this final pose. Be your most comfortable here. You want to really relax and let go of any distractions. Arms by the sides, palms facing up. And slowly scan the body. Start at the crown of the head and relax your forehead, your temples, your eyelids. Relax your face, your jaw. Relax your neck, your shoulders. Soften through your core, your hips. Let your arms and legs relax. Become so soft, so still. Settle into this comfortable, soft pose. No effort is needed. Take a few minutes here, just enjoy the effortlessness of this pose. slowly breathe awareness back into your body. Feel the chest expanding as you breathe in. Feel yourself softening as you breathe out. Bring gentle movements of the fingers and the toes. And slowly bring one knee into the chest and then the other. Roll to your side and rest on your arm for sideline child's pose. Take a few last purposeful breaths here, coming back into this moment, really absorbing the practice here, noticing how you feel. Use your hand to press back to a comfortable seat on the mat, easy pose or hero. Bring your palms to press at heart center. Exhale here. Breathe in as you circle the arms overhead. Feel the palms press at the top of the inhale, and exhale as the hands travel right back to heart center. Namaste.